Hey, yo, what is up? This just showed up today and it is the Waizowl OGM V2. I've never had a chance to have the original OGM V2, but I'm so glad that I got sent one out by Lethal Gaming Gear today. Firstly, not only am I thankful to Lethal Gaming Gear, but I want to recognize how amazing they have been to offer opportunities to small YouTubers like me. Now, this is a company based in somewhere near Atlanta, Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, and they sent out a mouse to me from halfway across the world to Asia, and you know, this is just pretty amazing to me because they could have made it easier for themselves by just servicing YouTubers in North America and Europe maybe, but they decided to send one out to me instead, and I'm really thankful for that. What I'm trying to point out is going out of their way is in their business DNA. As a customer, you should have no hesitation buying from them or have any concerns about any kind of warranty status on any of your products, because they're going to go above and beyond to sort you out. Anyway, this is $96 on Lethal Gaming Gear website. This is a $39.50 mouse, which means this is the latest sensor that is coming out, and they have it on the new Waizowl OGM V2. It comes with an 8K polling dongle right here, and everything looks like it's sealed in a plastic little bag, which is pretty nice. That's a nice little dongle. I did not have a chance to get an 8K dongle in or a 4K dongle in the old OGM Cloud that I reviewed. This is the red cable. It is pretty thick, pretty heavy. It looks pretty stiff, and this is quite common among 8K mice. They need that bigger, thicker cable for them to transmit 8K on the wired mode. It also comes with a card. What's inside the card? It's the feet. I'm going to use this feet. Actually, I'm going to use the big fat feet because I have experienced the big fat feet with the OGM Cloud, and that was pretty good feet, to be honest with you, and I don't see any reason to swap out the feet. They do make great feet, so I'm gonna just stick with that. We're gonna put everything aside here, and we're gonna focus on the mouse, and we'll see what I think about it. Well, it's actually a 49-gram mouse, if I'm not mistaken. So let's weigh it out and see if it really is 49 grams. It also comes with Huano blue shell pink dot mechanical switches, which is pretty interesting. So it is 51.52 without the feet. So with the feet, you're expecting 53, 54. So not really 49 grams, I would say, is not accurate. It should have been at least 49 grams dry without the skates on, right? I think that's fair to assume or expect. But the dongle, it looks pretty cool. Flat puck. It has a grippy bottom for you to stick on your wood table. It won't slip. It looks pretty good. The mouse itself, wow, it feels kind of large actually. I wasn't expecting it to be this chunky compared to a G Pro Superlight. This is pretty chunky actually. I think it even has wider grip width than a G Pro Superlight. G Pro Superlight 58, 59, I would say. This is significantly bigger. This is 62. So this is actually has the width of a Sprime PM1, if you guys are familiar with that. it is kind of wide where your grip is, and it's kind of nice actually. Let me compare it with the Thorn or an Ajazz 179. I was expecting it to feel almost the same as a Thorn, just because of that ergo silhouette. I thought it was going to be closer to kind of like a Thorn Ajazz 179 kind of shape, but it is clearly not. The Thorn or Ajazz has a cutout at the thumb, while the OGM V2 is fairly flat. Now it looks like it has a cutout, it looks like it's going in, but it's because of that flared out palm rest around the thumb. So this is actually a better ergo than a Thorn for me. I'm gonna stress this because these are two different kinds of ergos. Now the Thorn Ajazz is already pretty good for me. For my size, for my grip, I find it pretty good. This one is actually an even better shape for me. This is my first impression, of course. We'll find out over time. I'm gonna give you some click sound demo. I can tell you there are some similarities with the OGM Cloud, the red one that I reviewed I don't know how many months ago, but there are some similarities. I will share them with you pretty soon. First of all, the coating is very good. It is a lot nicer than the OGM Cloud that I had. The Cloud that I have had a terrible coating. When I say terrible, I mean it was a smudge magnet. This one doesn't seem to have the same kind of properties. It is not leaving the residue on the mouse that is too noticeable or too terrible. The one on the OGM Cloud was exactly like an Endgame Gear black mouse. It just left a smudge. It left oils from your hand on the mouse immediately, and it stayed there. You couldn't wipe it off. I mean, you could wipe it off, but it would stay there overnight. The next day you'd come back and you'd still see the smudges there. This one looks like a different kind of coating, so this is pretty good. Now, as I was mentioning, this is Huano blue shell pink dots, so they're pretty nice to click on. This is in comparison with the Ajazz. It has a green shell, transparent green shell white dot, and I think you can hear the difference. The green shell white dots are 10 million clicks, and I'm not sure if blue shell pink dots are in 50 million or 60 million, I think. Here's another example of the same Ajazz base model with also the green shell white dots. Absolutely identical to the Apex version with the coating. But I'm going to remove this to the side. The OGM Cloud has the same side buttons as this OGM Pro. What I'm trying to say is the side buttons have that hollow sound, and it's the same button as well. The rear button or the back button has a different sound to the front button. The front button is pretty nice, but the rear button not so nice. I mean, it's not game breaking. I'm not gonna say I don't like this mouse because of that, but there is an audible difference, and that was one of my complaints in the first in the Cloud OGM Cloud. Is that an OGM Cloud? Yeah, I think the name is called OGM Cloud, with the same color. This grip is very nice. I actually like this grip, this coating very much, and I do believe it is a different coating because although I am leaving some sweat and residue on the mouse, it is not sticking to it. It is drying off almost immediately compared to the OGM Cloud that I have, that I did review a couple of months ago. So yeah, pretty interesting mouse, very interesting shape. This shape is actually better for me than the Thorn or Ajazz 179 shape. Ajazz 179 shape has a smaller grip width, while this one has a bigger grip width. This one is 62 plus. I'll show it to you again just in case there is any kind of doubt. Wider than the G Pro Superlight. This is 61 or nearly 61 and a half, and on the Ajazz much smaller. You are looking at 58 millimeters. So you want an ergo that is similar to the Ajazz or Thorn but wider grip. This is what you're looking for. I do believe that the finger triggers are pretty high as well. I think they're about 22 or 23. Let's measure it. 23 is correct on the mouse 1, and on the mouse 2 it is 21.4 or 22. So the trigger on the M2 is about the same as a G Pro Superlight, and then on your M1 it is higher than a G Pro Superlight. So this button is the same height as this button, M2, and the M1 is 1-2 millimeters higher than a G Pro Superlight. So that's just for your reference. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will test it out and put it to the test, and then we'll do a follow-up video in a couple of weeks, and I'll tell you my final thoughts on the OGM Pro V2 3950 8K polling rate. Supposedly 49 grams, but I measured it at 52-53 grams. Again, latest sensor, right hand ergo mouse, thick freaking cables for that 8K wired polling. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.